Hey everyone, my name is Zach, and these are the Red Wing Iron Ranger 8085s, rough and tough copper leather, and we're gonna see, are they worth the hype? So full disclaimer for everybody here, this is actually my first pair of actual boots. I have never owned boots before. I've never been a boot guy before. I really like the flexion you can get in your ankle with a pair of tennis shoes. However, I have always worked on very hard floors, whether I was in the trades or now as an automation engineer walking on workshop floors, production floors, integrator floors. It's all just concrete with maybe a little bit of padding. So everybody that I know that has worked in the trade swears by boots, so I figured it's probably time I listen to everyone and give them a try. So these boots didn't necessarily come with the cheapest price tag. However, looking at the math, if I can get a couple years out of these things, they will more than pay for themselves. I'm seeing people get like 3-4 years and then they resole them. If that is the case, I will have gone through probably 8 to 10 pairs of tennis shoes by the time I need to resole these, and that to me is a huge bonus. However, I'm only 1 week into wearing these, so this isn't going to be a super in-depth review. This is just going to kind of be the first week talking about the break-in period. So let's talk a little bit more about the model that I chose, these Iron Ranger 8085s. I really like this rough and tough copper look. You can see I've got a couple of scuffs on these already. I just like the contrast of how the shoe starts to look when you wear it. Looking on Reddit, there's people that have been wearing these for years and they just keep looking better. Another reason I went with the Iron Rangers is just how they look. I really like this look. The blacksmith that I was looking at did not have this front seam here, and they were cut a little bit lower. I kind of wanted a little bit taller boot, and I just really like how these look. These Red Wing Heritage boots are super nice looking boots, and that's something that's very important to me because I never know what I'm going to be doing at work that day. I can kind of come in and get a little bit of a plan, like, hey, these deadlines are coming up, but I could be sitting at my desk all day doing drawings. I could be in the machine shop machining something. I could be down in the lab turning wrenches on a piece of automation trying to get that to work. I could be presenting to executives. I just never know what is coming my way until about an hour beforehand. So with a pair of boots like this, not only do they look really nice if I'm presenting or training people and want to be dressed up a little bit more, but I also don't have to feel bad if I just want to throw on a pair of blue jeans and go get stuff done. I did try a couple other brands before I landed on the Red Wings. I'm not gonna name those brands because they weren't bad boots, they just weren't right for me. Mostly because I have very wide feet and high arches, and I was unable to find boots with the other manufacturers that I had gone with in widths that were wide enough for me to be comfortable. These aren't the widest, however, these did have bigger toe boxes than most of the other brands that I had wore. They also did come in a wide size, which was 100% necessary. And I'm not banking on this leather stretching all too much, but if it could give a little bit, I would be maybe a little bit more comfortable. However, toe box wise, I've actually really enjoyed these. I'm normally a 4E. These are 2s, not 4s. However, I have not had any complaints about my toe box hurting. One thing I did not realize Iron Rangers are notorious for is a really tough break-in period. I do kind of wish I would have done a little bit more research before just diving right into these. And the first day I wore them, I messed up a little bit. I typically get my clothes ready for the morning the night before, and I grabbed a pair of just normal ankle socks and wore these for the first day at work, and that was a little bit miserable. This does not break in very easily, and a lot of people say a couple weeks time. So like these still have a ways to go for the break-in, and it shows, but I'm really excited to see how these feel after the break-in. So I'm hoping to give you guys another update, maybe a month or two down the line when these are actually comfortable so I can talk more about them. The footbeds on these are leather, so they're gonna take a little bit to break in as well. I have some higher arches, so I need to make sure that I'm stomping in these things to get the arch support that I need. But all in all, it's not as bad so far as people have said. Just wear them, and if your feet start hurting, make sure you got an extra pair of tennis shoes. Pop those suckers on and try these again tomorrow or later. So when I first walked into the Red Wing store, funny enough, this was the first boot I actually saw. I ended up buying the display boot, which is kind of funny, but it caught my eye immediately. And I was looking at the pair of blacksmiths next to it. However, like I said, I wasn't as big of a fan of the style, but I have read the blacksmiths Breakin a little bit easier. But I really had my eyes set on the Iron Rangers even before I entered the store. So I kind of knew what I wanted to look for. I just needed to find them, and they were the first pair of boots I saw when I opened the door. The sales associate was super nice, super knowledgeable. He put me on what they call the ultimate fit experience. Essentially, it looks like something that you would stand on to take your weight, but it's just mapping your foot. I don't know if it maps up and down on your foot, but it definitely maps length and width, which is all I really cared about. And he was able to size me right the first time. This size was the size that popped up based on that measurement. I did try a half size up, but there was too much room in my heel and they just didn't fit right. These felt great, not in like they fit like a glove immediately out of the box kind of great, but like, yeah, this is the right size. I just need to break these bad boys in now. So let's talk a little bit about the break-in. Some of the biggest differences I noticed between these and just what I'm used to wearing every single day is going up and down stairs is weird. I am not used to ankle restriction at all, so just having these up here kind of push on my calves and ankles a little bit differently. It's kind of a strange feeling to get used to. However, the more I have been going up and down stairs, which I'm constantly doing stairs at work, the more these have kind of started to break. This leather is not the most forgiving, but I have faith that it just needs a little bit of time to break in. I could be crazy. I could just be inhaling some of that copium, but I'm really excited to see how these shoes perform in the next couple of months here. The first week has been great. I've wore them 4 times this week, all day, no breaks. I've taken them off, given my feet a break when I get home from work. And then if I'm going to the store, going shopping or anything like that, I'll put these things back on. And I've had a little bit of pain just on the heel because I'm not used to how tall this heel is here, but otherwise they've been great. So if you're somebody that wears tennis shoes and you're looking for a pair of boots, I don't think this is a horrible decision. Maybe look at the blacksmiths too. It is gonna be weird with that ankle restriction, like I've said, but they look super nice, a little spendier than I wanted to get. However, if they do last as long as people say, these are gonna be well worth the money. So I guess to answer the question, iron studs or iron duds, I really can't yet, to be honest. It's only been a week. I was really hoping they would break in quick, but like I said earlier, I did not do my research. So make sure to do your research before you go out and buy something, guys. I don't have any buyer's remorse with these. However, if I was expecting to just put these on and go out the store, I probably would have turned around, walked back in, and handed them back to the guy. If you want to know more about these or anything else that I have going on, drop a comment down below. As with any YouTube video, if you like it, hit that thumbs up button. You don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. And if you want to see more of my content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.